This might be a bold statement, but I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say, I believe if Rob Kardashian had not cheated on Adrienne Bailon and they had stayed together, I think the landscape of pop culture would be very different. And look, I do not judge her at all for leaving. I would never judge someone for leaving a cheating partner. So I don't judge her for leaving, I judge him for cheating. First of all, you know they would have had a spin-off show. And it would have been much more successful than the spin-off show they tried to do with Rob and Blac Chyna, because Adrienne has so much personality, and I think it probably would have been maybe even one of the first spin-offs they did before like Chloe and Lamar and stuff like that. If he had stayed with Adrienne might have been the motivation that he needed to like get his life together, and he might have been the Rob Kardashian that we remember him as from like Dancing with the Stars and stuff like that. Or maybe not, I don't know. I would never say that it's a woman's responsibility to fix a man or mother a man or make a man into a good man, but I'm gonna go on a limb and say I think Adrienne might have been the woman that might have inspired Rob Kardashian to step up. Now obviously he cheated, so he screwed that up and that's on him, and maybe it wouldn't have worked out that way. They would have had beautiful children. And also, like, if Adrienne had married into the Kardashian family, she can sing and she's got personality. I would love to have known what Kris Jenner could have done with someone that had talent, because we know what Kris Jenner has done with people that don't have any talent, her kids, who, you know, whatever you say about the Kardashians and their success and whatever, they didn't have any discernible talent, like at all. Like, them being famous was their only skill. They don't actually have talent. Adrienne has talent, and I would love to know what the power of Kris Jenner could have done with someone that has talent. Again, I wish the best for everybody, and I don't know if Adrienne's life would have been better. I think her career absolutely would have been better. I think she would have been a bigger star. Would never tell her to stay with a cheating man just for that reason. It's one of those things I think about sometimes, like, you know what, like if Rob hadn't cheated and him and Adrienne had stayed together, I think the landscape of pop culture would be different. I think that they would have had a much more successful spin-off show, and I think Adrienne would have been a much bigger singer, pop star under the management of someone like a Kris Jenner. It's stuff like that that I think about, like what could have been. I know I'm idealizing a couple that, you know, may not have been right for each other, and I don't know, sometimes my inner like Charlotte York Goldenblatt, like hopeless romantic comes out. I'm like, what if they had ended up together and been meant for each other and been in love, and like what could have been? I don't know. I know, and some people are going to be like, you need to get a life and stop thinking about this stuff, and that is a very valid point.